Alrighty, I believe this is working. Let's go in and get it happening. Just connect this camera. Sorry, I'm very much still getting the hang of OBS and I am a bit sloppy at the moment. I'm just trying to get some printers working as a main priority. And as a second priority, do a bit of live streaming. So, I'm just in the middle at the moment of getting the... Whoa, that was a bad maneuver. Now, why on earth is that showing it as the right way up when it's upside down? That's weird. Maybe I've got a flip maneuver on that. That's more like it. Okay. Sorry, everybody. Just the menu on this camera that I'm using was upside down and that was disconcerting. Alrighty, so what we're looking at here is... Oop, wrong printer. Don't change things on the wrong printer stand, that would be bad. We're taking off some limit switches and moving them up. And what I've noticed is that they're in a fixed position, which I can understand why that's been done, but I don't subscribe to the notion that that's the best way to deal with it. So I'm just going to put a different bolt in that's a bit shorter and a T-nut so that I can slide it up and down. And the reason I want to do that is because I have put a different hot end on and it's a different distance from the base. So I'm just going to find a shorter bolt that fits in this. Too fat, I think. Yes, you are. That looks good. So yeah, I'm just going to change it over basically to a... Sorry, I have to go grab an Allen key and that means taking with me. Where are you, my Allen keys? I've got Allen keys everywhere. Probably everywhere except my Allen keys drawer. I don't think any of those are the right size. I'll go to my other collection of Allen keys. Printer printing. Printer probably failing. Yes, printer being turned off. Have to figure out what's going on with that sucker. Alrighty then, what are we looking for? We're looking for my Allen keys. Here we go. Bring this box with me. That looks like him. Okay. So yeah, I've got my headset plugged in, so hopefully the audio is good at least, if the video production might not be much chop, but... This video just ended me. Oh, this bolt might be too long too. Yeah, I'm just going to move the Z-axis up and then back down 1mm, just so that the motors are locked. I'm just going to push the limit switch up as hard as I can, up against that, while I'm tightening it off. I'm not sure it's rigid. If this bolt's too long, it might be causing me a slight issue with that. I think we're good. It's got to be repeatable. You don't really want it to be wiggling. I'm pretty sure any flex that's going on there is in the metal. Can you guys even see what I'm doing? Yeah, cool. Not really. Okay. All right. So I've just moved that so that it's up, touching the axis, and I'll do the same for this one. There is actually another position available on there, but it's way too high. Another screw position. So a lot of people get a printer and the Z-limit switch is actually in a bad spot. Particularly ones where they've got a fixed position. Seems like they get it a little bit wrong in the factory, and then every single one that they produce is wrong. Now, when I say wrong, what I'm saying is that depending on how good your bed springs are, they're going to need a certain amount of tension on them to make the bed stay still and stiff and rigid and not flop around and change height all the time every time you take a print off the bed. So you need to have a fair bit of tension on your springs. And in order to get that tension, the bed needs to be low enough, otherwise it's not going to ever get that tension that it needs. And if you're, what am I trying to say? If you've got your bed up too high, the bolts on the springs will never be tight enough to do their job properly as far as holding the bed still goes. So, come on, you bugger, get in there. Okay, so I'm just pushing that up against there. Hopefully I haven't moved the x-axis. Well, I might just check that. Just sort of check and make sure that the distances are even all over the whole thing. Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to bring both of them up higher. No, lower. Sorry. I see what's going on here. Hold on. So I'm just adjusting the threaded rods to get the nozzle to come down. Now that's actually pushing that limit switch down, which is good. And I'll slide that over to that side. I'm going to have to loosen this limit switch off actually a little bit because it was done up quite tight. Well, hang on, it might be right in the first place. Let me just check. Okay, yes, that's good. Alrighty, get that one over to that side. Okay, slide that up now. Oops, make sure that's in. Now the last bit of this is obviously going to have to be done with the bed leveling knobs, but I'm just trying to get it as close as possible to correct while the springs are where they are now. So do that up nice and tight. Again, we want to get this nice and repeatable. Oh crap. Okay, so the T-nut didn't swing around properly. You've got to watch that as well. They like to be cheeky. I actually get a feeling I need a shorter bolt. I might just have a bit of a better dig. And frankly, this headphones is giving me the shits. So I'm going to take it out. Okay, so I think I found a shorter bolt, so that's good. So because the T-nut didn't swing around properly, it just basically tightened up on itself. It was pretty useless. Oh, I thought it was shorter. Damn it. Damn you! It was deceiving. Okay. Hopefully this is good with the washer. Oh yeah. I think we're good. Just pushing on that a little bit, but we'll be right. Now I'm just going to move the Z-axis up and down again. It didn't want to move down. It's not wanting to move down for some reason. Must be because the limit switches aren't connected, I'd say. That would explain it. I might plug that one in. Okay. Okay, we should be good now to go back and auto home. So just to recap, what we did was there was some pilot holes tapped into, or there's some threads tapped into this channel here, which the limit switch was originally connected to. And we've disconnected that and moved it to a T-nut, which we can slide up and down. Looks like that may have gone up with a bit of an offset. Just going to move the y-axis. Okay, so it's calling that 0. There's no Z offset. I do think I actually need to go down a bit lower, because if I go up any more, the bed's going to... that spring's pretty tight. Let's just get the... Yeah, that's a gap I don't really want to be closing with the gear. So it looks like I need to just put a bit of a packing spacing between the limit switch and the between the limit switch and the object. About that 0. Figure out how many mils roughly I need to account for. It's a little bit of a hard one to gauge. Basically what I'm going to do is take this, I reckon it's about that Allen key. I'm going to take it down by about that. Alright, well I've got this one half off, I might as well just fix up the spacing as well, with the spacer in there. This bolt's also too long. Alright, so I want you to actually stop that for a little while, do some reading now. There's more books upstairs, and box in the bookshelf. Pause it. Come on, pause it. Pause the looping in. Pause the looping in. If you finish reading that last level, if you finish that one, you can go and grab another one, or you can read that one some more, it's up to you. Just slot loosely in. Too high in the first place, get under there, you bugger. And just try and get that space the same as it was on the other side. Being kind of careful not to move the axis, just in case, the gantry. Come on, in you go. Oh, you cheeky rat. There's a cardboard box up there near the bookshelf, Sylvie. That's where the TV is. There's a box full of books. It's a cardboard box. Just look around up there. It might be near the couch. Just pick a book out of there that you like the look of. Okay, so if anything, we want it to slightly touch the bed. Then I can level it. Yeah, that'll do it. Not having either of the limit switches plugged in will definitely give you drama. Try that again, shall we? Up, across, down. Perfect. Okay, now let's go back to move axis. Move the Y forward. Beautiful. X across. You see a little gap under the nozzle. So far it's continuing to have a gap all the way. Gap's getting smaller. Gap's almost gone. So I'm going to have to adjust this spring down a bit. That's already at its maximum downness. So that means this limit switch will have to come up just a fraction. What is really nice is when there's an adjustment on the limit switches. Let's try that. Go back to home. And a little gap. And we'll just go back to X. So it looks like we've got about a millimetre gap at that end. Which comes down to about half a millimetre at that end. Get a little bit of wriggle room on this end to come up on the bed. Probably assume that we want to do that at the back as well. So now I'm just going to actually go around and level the bed. Oh, help if I move the camera. Did you? Cool.
I think I like it. But first I need the one. Maybe I'll do it in there so that I don't have to wait. I just want to see at least the first way.
Okay, so we'll want to approximate that. It's a bit hard to reach that knob. Just going to go from corner to corner. I actually like to do sort of pairs where I'll actually now go back and forth. Now I've got them all roughly right. I'm going to go back and forth just on the front two until I'm confident that I've got it right. Now I will actually grab some paper. So the trick is to now go back and forth between the front two for a little while. This is part of sort of detensioning any twist that might be in the bed. That feels the same still, so I'm happy with that. Now I'll go back to the back of the bed. Close enough to the nut. And just adjust here. Go back over to the other side. Okay, I think we're pretty good at this point to do a bed leveling test. Something the right weight to tie into that, just to give it a bit of a counterweight. Okay. Away. Slightly enough. I'll have to find something the right weight. That was a bit too light. What have I got? What do I have here that's a good weight, that's not dangerous? I'm just trying to keep this cable out of the way. Sooner or later I'll put up a cable chain on it, but in the meantime, oh no, one of these. Perfect. So you see this? It's not for playing with the cable.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so we're getting warmed up. And I'll get the stick out of, no, I'll just go and slice something specifically for this one. Now, I'm going to have to create a new printer. Yes, Andrew, how you going? Sorry, I haven't been watching the chat at all. Just here now watching the chat. What did I forget to plug in? I forget. I had headphones that I had plugged in before, and that was annoying if that's what we were talking about. Oh, the limit switches. Probably the limit switches. Yes. Yeah, and the retractable keychain. Yeah, absolutely. I used to have a couple of those. I don't know where they are now. But they're fantastic for doing the job. Because, yeah, they never get slack. There's never like a slack loose bit flopping around. Okay, so I'm just getting some messages back from the manufacturer. Please give me some time. Simulates problem for you. Please flash the firmware again. This is the most original firmware. I need to troubleshoot online for one first. New registered operation. We ended up figuring it out, so that's good. They've been also chatting back and forth with me on like WeChat as well. So they've been quite cooperative. I have to say they have been very good about it. And to me, it's more important how a company deals with the problem more so than whether there's a problem. Or it's got to be good in the first place as well. And there has been a lot of problems. They have been very good and cooperative. Hopefully they send all the parts and get it up and running. Maybe give me a little bonus as well. Okay, so let's just see if I can... what am I going to do? That's right, I'm going for Cura. So I don't know if I've got a window created for Cura yet, so I'll just open Cura up. And get some cameras set up. Alrighty, so we're not printing on an Ender 3, we're printing on the big fucking printer. we want to go to manage printers. Can I duplicate a printer? Please let me duplicate a printer. No, I can't. It's not straightforward. Why is that? Okay, so here's the sitch. One of these printers has got a BMG extruder. One of them doesn't. So we've got an issue with that. So I need to make a second big fucking printer. So I'm just going to have to go in and do it again from scratch. Going out a custom printer. Should be all caps. Oh, that's right. I was going to try and share this. Sorry. Attempting to share screen now. Add a window capture. Create new. Okay. The window I'd like to capture is. Oh, you're kidding. I've got to do each window. Oh, that's going to suck. That's going to really suck. I'm going to have to do it though. Okay, so it's just opening the main window of Cura. So you'll be seeing that. Hopefully you can see that. Now let's add another one. Window capture. Sorry about this. I'm still learning the software. New. We'll call this Cura Add Printer. And now you can see that. All right, now it can work. Okay, so. Big fucking printer BMG. Might even actually just abbreviate it. BFP. BFP BMG. That's a good name for it. Add it. And we will put it in 500 by 500 by 600. A rectangular build plate with a heated bed, no heated build chamber. Marlin's fine. Nothing needs to be added there usually. I'm not going to worry about this for now. That needs to be changed and measured and stuff. Main thing is 1.75. And back in this start G code here, we do actually need to add something. Now I'm just going to go to another instance of Cura. Sorry, I don't know whether it's going to overwrite this or not. What you guys see. Oh, sorry, you guys couldn't see any of that on YouTube. I'm terribly sorry, I'm hopeless. Just got to open up this other instance. Oh, wrong one. I'm just getting some G code basically. Oops, wrong one. From a different printer. Just bear with me. I'm going to steal the G code, the start G code from this Ender 3. You guys can't see where I am at the moment, I'm sorry. Manage printers, machine settings. I'm just going to steal the G code for this. Copy. Oh, you're kidding me, it didn't bloody well copy. Well, that was frustrating. I'm just going to go next for now and then just go and just change printers for a second. Whoa. Whoa, that's bad. Okay, well. Manage settings. Okay, there we go. That's what I want to do. I've basically just added M92 E400 to the start of the printer start G code. And now we're good. So we've got a printer. I'm going to steal the settings for the original big fucking printer. What was that one? Oh, that was for Scott, that one. Righto. Let's add the rectangle. We'll give it the old cube. So I've got the initial layer set height set to 0.6. This is really cranking the first layer. I'm just going to quickly crank up the brim lines to something like 20. Infills on zigzag, good. We're going to go to top and bottom. And we're just going to go object, make it 0.6 mil high, make sure it's sitting on 0, slice that. Yeah, we've only got one layer. Okay, perfect. That's what I wanted to print. Okay, so we'll go and we'll call that BMG. save it to the removable drive. Okay, I hope you caught all that part. That was kind of the important part. This is just basically what I do to get a nice print to test the bed level with. I'll pop that out, and I will switch back to that. That's the one. We'll come back over here and we'll hit print. Hopefully everything's warmed up enough. Phono detection switch is not pressed. That's weird. Ah, filament, not file name. Okay, there's nothing going through the filament sensor. That's what it's telling me. It's telling me to put fuel in. Alright, so I've just shoved a piece of filament in the sensor switch. I'll load some into the actual nozzle. So the filament sensor's not actually doing anything for me here, it's just being there for pretends. Okay. There we go, we're good. Okay. Helps when you actually read things properly, doesn't it? File name, filament, I don't know, Sam. Okay, so I've just got the bed at 40 at the moment, I think. So that's right, I heated it up to 40. With these massive beds, I found that the thermal runaway gets triggered if you just heat it up. First go straight up to 60, so I heat it to 40 first and let it settle at 40 and then go from 40 to 60. That's my little tip. So I recommend that. You try that if you're having any trouble with getting your bed to heat up on a big printer like that. Just gives it a little bit more of a chance. Cool beans. Alright, well that's probably enough for... Oh no, I'm going to show you how to level the bed. I better get the camera set up for that.
What? There's only 4 puzzles?
Only 4 puzzles?
There's only 4 of the puzzles.
Okay, so I just tricked it to hurry up and get printing. Crap. The extruder's reversed. Bummer. Okay, so the stepper motor is going backwards. So we've got to swap these two, I'm pretty sure. I may have just cooked a driver. Temperature up for the extruder. These little guys are really handy tools. Very handy for when you're trying to get something to line up. You've got to figure things out. You don't want to change the wiring all the time. These are the tools for the job.
Give me a word and I'll turn it into beatboxing.
Give you a word and it turns into beatboxing.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute.
So, are you going to give me the word or not?
Just a sec, sweetie. I'm a bit busy at the moment.
Wait, Daddy, how about we play, what word is the beatboxing game?
How about if I just give me a second so I can finish up what I'm doing first?
That's not even a game.
I know, but that's what I have to do.
Look, I'm going to do some beatboxing and you have to try and guess what word it is. So what word was that? Daddy, what kind of word? Daddy, what word is that?
Oh, I don't know, darling. You tell me what it is.
I'm not, because you have to guess. So listen carefully to the sounds and you might find the word in there. Or at least part of the word, and then you got to try and say it.
Hold on, sweet. Daddy's really concentrating. Okay, that's backwards. I'm just going to see if they can flick it around in the firmware.
So can you try and guess?
Very soon, my sweet. Very soon. I've just got to send a quick message. My daughter has been very patient. Okay, and I'll also just, hopefully if I get out of this app on my phone, it doesn't seem to want to let me get out. Does it kill the stream? Nope. Excellent. Alrighty, I'm going to end the stream.
Daddy, you can see the creature that I made with the puzzle pieces.
I'm going to go and see the creature Sylvan made with the puzzle